Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we're going to talk about a bunch of new aircraft, both freeware and payware, that are coming to the simulator, as well as an apology. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future updates and future guides that will be coming down the road. Link to Patreon can be found in the description below. Okay, so first up, guys, is the big elephant in the room, the apology. Yesterday's video that I made about news and updates and rebounds, and I really hammered Asobo and Microsoft, and my comments and my attitude were extremely unfair. Although the frustration is real, and, I work in software development. I work with software support. I know how it goes. And my attitude and my lack of professionalism in regard to Asobo and Microsoft was completely uncalled for. It's okay for me to make frustrating comments. It's okay for me to show the same frustration that many of you do with crash of desktops, and obviously it impacts the experience. And I had just gotten done dealing with a whole bunch of that right before I made the recording, so I was heated and I should have known better. And I did know better. And although I know many of you, say I completely agree, your comments are fine, blah, 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 the way I presented them was not. There's a time and a place for me to express frustration, and there's a right and a wrong way to say things. And the way that I presented the information and the way that I feel like I blatantly attacked Microsoft/Asobo was wrong. So I just wanted to send an apology out to you guys, as well as the Asobo and Microsoft team, if this ever reaches their ears. It was an unfair judgment. It really was. It was an unfair assessment. There are still plenty of people who are having easy and wonderful experience with Sim Update 9, and just because this time it impacted me doesn't give me the right to go out and start swinging hammers at people. And I just wanted to make sure that I publicly stated my apology for the lack of professionalism and the lack of understanding that every system is different. It's like when I talk about the best graphic settings and best performance settings, I always tell everyone in my videos that mileage is going to vary because every single one of our systems is different. You could have two machines with the exact same hardware, right down to the T, to the color of the wires that are in it. And those two machines can have two completely different experiences based on other parameters that are within inside the system. So I knew better. I really did. That's why I felt this apology was definitely owed. You guys on the channel, I think, expect better than that from me, and I just wanted to toss that out there. So now let's get into the fun stuff, because FS Elite has really pumped out of quite a few articles that I think are going to be really exciting for you guys. We have a lot of aircraft coming, so let's jump into the fun stuff. So first off, once again, I highly recommend everybody checks out fselite.net and then go to the news tab up here. This is a fantastic team that they've been around since, God knows how long at this point. But they've always done a wonderful job of keeping the community up to date on news and information that's coming available for flight simulation. And you can see they support just about everyone, right down to DCS, which I think the DCS might be a new addition. I don't remember always seeing DCS, but anyway. I digress. Let's get into some of the really cool stuff we've got going on, because, man, there's a lot coming. So first off, we have the A220 from Synaptic Simulations. Now, the article does go on to say that although the Synaptic Simulations teams have been relatively quiet, their Discord channel, they sort of went on and posted some screenshots and new development. If this is a true screenshot from the control panel, looks like the overhead panel. This looks amazing. Like, the depth and the clarity and the reflections looks absolutely wonderful. Now, an A220, if I remember correctly, is slightly smaller, if I get my dimensions right, than the A320. So it'll be an aircraft that we can use for some of the smaller jumps. Like a good example for my sake would be like Tucson to Phoenix. It's only, I think you're airborne for about 20 minutes, and then you're back on the ground. So little hops like that I think would be fun. Getting people to the big hubs where they can make those transitional flights to the larger aircraft. Anyway, so super exciting news there. The Airbus aircraft and the Airbus series of aircraft, in my opinion, are a lot of fun to fly, but it really depends on what you're looking for. I think that's why I'm so excited about the 737. Is the 737, I feel like you're busier in a 737 cockpit than you are in an A320 cockpit, for example. And I think it's just because there's so much fly-by-wire involved. I see what I did there with the A320 that it really shakes things up a bit and changes things over when you get back into the 737. And again, that could just be a placebo effect. It may just feel different depending on which aircraft you're in. But I feel like there's more button pushing and knob rotating and action taken when you're in the 737. But, I could be absolutely just wrong about that. And it just could just be the, environmental changes that make it feel so different. But anyway, an A220, I think, will be an absolutely welcomed aircraft to the flight simulation. I can think of a bunch of really neat hops that where the A220 would apply. So anyway, cool news, right? Next on the list, although very, very limited information, we have the Flight FX Cirrus SF50 Vision Jet. Really all we've got is a bunch of screenshots showing that the modeling is basically complete. There's still a bunch more to do, obviously, with the development of the aircraft. But there it is. Flight FX says the modeling is 99% done and nearing the final state. So that will be really awesome. It also does go on to say that the developer is increasing their presence and their footprint in the flight simulation world now, bringing up some airports and scenery. That's always a welcomed aspect to any flight simulator. Scenery is what it's all about, right? We fly to locations to catch that. So that's really cool to see them sort of dabbling in both ends. Now, the Vision Jet, this is my kind of aircraft. This is an aircraft that I'm going to really enjoy. I love the airliners. Don't get me wrong. I really do. But there is also something about flying. For example, I still think my favorite Microsoft Flight Simulator aircraft would still have to be the TBM 930. It just sort of does a little bit of everything. You get that same experience of the IFR flying, in the system and rating, the higher altitudes. You get all that good jazz. But then when you get down low, you're back to flying general aviation is what it quote unquote feels like for me. So I really do like some of the smaller aircraft because you really do get that different feeling. Even the Cessna Citation Longitude, I feel like it doesn't have the same balance. I think it's still it feels just like a smaller airliner coming down. And maybe this one's going to be the same way. I don't know. But I do find myself enjoying some of the little bit smaller aircraft than what we see in the Longitude. I really enjoy the TBM 930. I think I'm really going to enjoy this one here. I saw the overall design of the aircraft. It's like shots like this. Like, I think the VTOLs are neat aircraft. I really do. I know that they can be extremely tricky to fly. The detail that's being put into the aircraft here, like this is a really awesome gear assembly. I mean, the nuts, the bolts, the rivets, the hydraulic lines. I mean, you're catching everything down in here. And that's exciting for me because if they're willing to do that for just the wheels, man, when we actually see some color on this aircraft, I think it's going to be beautiful. I really do. I think it's going to be gorgeous. So super excited about that. Again, this is the Cirrus SF50 Vision Jet, soon coming. Well, I won't say soon, coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Here's an awesome one for you folks, and once again to certain developers who don't believe in cockpits. We have a new freeware Bombardier Challenger 300. That's a little typo there. That's all right. There is a YouTube video here that shows the action of the aircraft in flight. It sounds like it's going to be coming out very, very shortly. Now, it shows here May 1st of 2020, but as the article also states, this is very likely a typo. So this could be within a couple of days from Wind Pilot 101. Completely free. Now, I do love this part. This is the kind of stuff that I think makes the community very forgiving and very understanding, is comments like this. This aircraft is still a work in progress. The initial release will be a test, so please expect there to be problems at first. But great efforts will be made to update the aircraft regularly and or with better features and upgrades. And it's free. This is a freeware aircraft, guys. I mean, how awesome is that? Let's just sort of take a moment. We'll watch this together here and see what we got. So we're not going to watch the whole thing, but let's definitely check it out here. Let's bump forward. That's typically where the action is. Didn't mean to stop you. And again, reminding everyone this aircraft is completely free. Oh, there we go. Show us more of the interior. There it is. Let's take a shot of this real quick. So that looks pretty good. And again, completely free. I'm going to keep emphasizing that because there are obviously plenty of texture things that we could probably point out here. But this is free. This is free with a working cockpit. And early access, early development, Win Pilot 101. You got my vote, man. You got my vote. That is awesome. I'm actually really excited for this. I think this is great work for an early access release. I can't wait to. We're definitely going to be trying this one out. Very freaking cool. So again, completely free. Gosh, it's so exciting. I love all the aircraft that are coming. Now, if the assumption can be made that the release date of May 1st, 2020 is a typo and it is meaning 2022, then we should see this aircraft, what, Sunday? Is that right? I think it's Sunday, yeah. So keep an eye out, guys. Once again, now the article did not go on to state where the aircraft will be downloadable from. I would assume places like FlightSim.2 and any of the major update or add-on locations will probably carry it. I'm hoping for FlightSim.2. I think they're the best ones, honestly. But cool information, cool releases. I love that we're getting so many new aircraft. And with that said, let's continue on because we got more. Milviz releasing the Cessna 310 from Microsoft Flight Simulator next week. Early May will be an exciting time for simmers looking to get their hands on Milviz's Cessna 310. So again, very awesome stuff. They said it'll be released by May 4th of 2022. Now we do not have a what's the word I'm looking for? Price. Totally brain farted there. We don't have a price yet, so I have no idea what that's going on. But prior to release, Milviz will be hosting a live stream to celebrate. During the stream, the team will be showcasing the 310, giving an in-depth look at what to expect, and giving away loads of copies to viewers. In fact, they will be giving away a free copy every 10 minutes to those who are in the chat. How awesome is that, guys? And that's going to be on their Twitch channel. And again, you have that Wednesday, the 4th of May, 2022 at 1300. So really, really cool stuff. This is one of the aircraft that I've been waiting for a long time. I did a review on it, or not a review on it. I did an announcement of it when they first did their first announcement of it. And from then on, I was excited about this aircraft, and I think Milviz does a fantastic job with their products. I love their aircraft. One of my other favorites for Microsoft Flight Simulator would still absolutely be the Corsair. I love the Corsair. So really excited to see them getting into the general aviation. Really excited to see this aircraft approaching a release, and we'll be flying the crap out of this one. It just looks like it's going to be a really fun plane to fly. Hold your socks and grab your shorts, guys, because we have another freeware great private jet aircraft coming into Microsoft Flight Simulator. The Freeware EMB 500 Phenom 100 is progressing nicely. So we have some initial screenshots, or actually almost closing screenshots is what I would call these, of the Phenom 100. Again, this was on the developer Ouroboros. I will never say that right. I have been saying that name wrong ever since X-Plane 11 when I first heard it, so you're just going to have to forgive me. I don't think that I have the correct mental tools upstairs to say that word correctly. I don't know why. But anyway, let's take a look at some of these screenshots here. You can see the inside cabin looks wonderful. I think it looks very sleek, very modern. It looks very nice. I'm really digging it. Some of the external shots here. This is probably a little bit better one. Get an idea. Again, the smaller class business jet. This is going to be one that, again, has my attention. I'm really looking forward to flying this one. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And again, completely free. I know I keep saying and again, but this is a great day. Yesterday was a bad day for me. Today is a great day for me. I woke up this morning and decided, you know what? It's going to be a different day. We're going to have a different mood. And then I decided to check the news, and it was like, oh, It really is Friday. It's going to be a good day because I am loving all the information that we have here. I'm kind of, can I just say it? Can I just say that I'm kind of hoping we're going to be able to manually pull the window shades up? I don't know why. I told you guys I love that kind of crap. But the texturing and the modeling of the aircraft look like they're going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, I don't believe we have any kind of release date as of yet, but we do have some change logs showing some of the things that are being done. Oh, there's a toilet. Oh, okay, done. The aircraft is sold. I am buying this thing 110%, 50 times over. I don't know why that excited me when I saw that, but anyways, I think that was the intent given the fact they put an exclamation point on it. But anyway, really, really cool stuff. And again, another freeware. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. This is so cool to see these developers coming out and offering these kind of quality of aircrafts for free. You guys know as well as I do, we've seen Payware not meet what we're seeing here just in the screenshots. And this is wonderful. I am super excited. Super excited. I cannot wait to get my hands on these two business jets. And finally, we actually haven't heard from them in a minute, and that is the Coronado showcasing the PC12 from Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is really good stuff. Now, Coronado, they always have my buy. I know that there's a lot of back and forth, even with myself, when it comes to their flight model sometimes that, sometimes they're good, sometimes not great, sometimes, I will continue to always buy their aircraft though. Like they would really have to do something like just horrible, just throw like a garbage can out and put wings on it for me to say, all right, Coronado really messed up here. And the reason being is that, it really depends on what you're looking for. I don't think their flight models are terrible by any means. And I've heard some pretty aggressive comments when it comes to their flight models. But I don't know that I agree with those. But their texturing and their modeling is always so good. They always have that great look, which is really good especially for content creators. It really is. You guys, you can't say that you don't like to see, a sexy looking airplane, and I mean, just look at this. That is a ton of work put into the artwork, and I think the artwork is just as important as the flight models, just as important as the sound, and their sounds tend to be pretty good too. They really do. So this is just awesome to see. I cannot wait to get my hands on this aircraft. I will definitely be grabbing this one. Another turboprop, another long-range aircraft that we can really get some work out of. Let's see here. In related Coronado news, the team also confirmed that soon those on Microsoft Flight Simulator Xbox will be able to buy the aircraft. I know that's a question that comes up a lot, so I wanted to make sure to hit that one. But again, also don't forget, this is another thing that that we do have on the table, and that is SimWorks Studio is also working on the Pilatus PC12. So it really might depend on who you go with. Like it's going to be sort of a tough battle for me. Honestly, I'll probably grab them both. Like I'm just calling it as I see it. But I will always continue to support Coronado's work. I love their aircraft. Their aircraft are just gorgeous. They're just gorgeous, and I think it's good to have that balance in your hangar. You have the really difficult aircraft, and who knows, the flight model might be fantastic. There's just no telling. So anyway, really excited for Coronado. Can't wait to see their next release. Finally on our list here, tomorrow is the big day. Leonardo Softhouse's Fly the Mad Dog is releasing tomorrow. Now, you have a chance here to win a copy of the MD80. So take a moment, guys. This link's going to be down in the description. I'm going to let you guys make sure that you jump downstairs and read about it. Make sure you read the instructions very well on how you do this. But let's talk about some of the bigger pieces that are interested in me. As for when you can pick up the plane, it will be released via Sim Market for $75 as of tomorrow, April 30th, 2022. But you can find yourself with a free copy of it entering our giveaway. And this is coming from FS Elite. FS Elite is giving this away, which is why I want to make sure that you guys definitely jump on this link and take a look at this. So let's go over real quick. I'm going to read verbatim how to enter. So we have 3 ways for you to win. We will be picking one person from each of the ways to win and then contacting them for their details in order for us to give you your prize. The first way in which you can enter is by leaving a comment down below telling us what your first flight with the Mad Dog would be. You will need an account with us, so make sure that you guys sign up here at the top. Where was I? You'll need to count with us in order to leave a comment. We hope that those of you reading will find inspirational flights to do once the aircraft does release. We'll then pick a random winner from those who comment. The second way in which you can enter is by joining our bi-weekly newsletter. Our newsletter is sent directly to your inbox twice a week with the latest in-flight simulation news. You can sign up for our newsletter below. We'll then select one winner from those who've subscribed by the closing date. If you are already part of our mailing list, then you don't need to do anything. So if you're already part of the mailing list, you may already have a chance to win. So that's awesome. The third way in which you can enter is by joining our Discord server. We'll pick a random user from those who are part of our channel to win. We'll be sending you a DM in order to let you know how to claim your prize. So, and that gives you the link on how to join the Discord. So this is really good stuff. And then also gives you the requirements for responding to your victory if you are so lucky. And again, this is another big reason, guys. I really recommend you guys signing up for FS Elite and definitely checking out and supporting their site as often as possible. They are really, really great at doing giveaways and keeping up with the news. And, you know, they must have a very dedicated team because they're covering so many platforms always at the same time. So it's got to be a rough ride. So hats off to FS Elite once again. They made today's production possible. Let's just call it what it is. And I obviously really appreciate that as well. So I want to make sure that you guys share the love with FS Elite, join their Discord server, join their mailing list, and definitely take out your chances to win the MD80. I'm going to be purchasing the MD80, and we will definitely be flying that over the weekend. So with that in mind, guys, once again, I do apologize for the unprofessionalism from yesterday's video. Thank you for all of you who continue to support me, and thank you for all of you who called me out. There were a couple of you who called me out for my attitude, and you were absolutely right. So with that in mind, I hope everybody has a wonderful Friday. Stay safe and healthy as always, and stay tuned for the next one. We have a ton of content clearly coming down the line, so we're going to be a very busy channel here. I will see you guys in the next one.